Hey friends, Cherie here. Welcome back to the channel, Gardening at Home with Cherie. Well, I'm down in the garden to do my very first squash harvest. I'm so excited. But let me show you my eggplant. I have an eggplant forming and growing and another bloom. These are my first eggplants that I put out. I'm gonna go around and inspect them all. I still have not done a liquid fertilization this season. We just had so much rain, and like I showed in my videos when I was setting up the garden, I put a lot of organic matter compost that I create from my food scraps and leaves and all kinds of things here in the garden. So my beds are filled with a lot of organic matter at the beginning of the season. That stuff is water soluble. So the rain has been actually really wonderful for my garden. It's like self-watering, self-feeding. But I do want to give these a little bit of a boost. It's early July, and they've been through heat, a lot of rain. I don't want my plants to get stressed, and I do want to make sure that there's enough readily available nutrition so that these plants can thrive. So like here, I do notice this is a nasturtium, but some of the leaves, these are older leaves, are a little yellowish. So I'll get in here, I'll clean them up, and I will be doing finally my first liquid fertilization of the season because I do see that, many of the plants are starting to need it. I plant very intensely, and so I do grow a lot of food, a lot of stuff in small spaces, which is great for me in zone 4, but that liquid fertilization will give things that nice early season boost. But anyway, let me go show you the squash that I'm gonna harvest. So first up, I do see a squash ready here on this plant. She's beautiful, so I'm gonna get her. They're more growing. Let me see if I can find my label to see. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is just a golden zucchini. She's lovely. So I'm gonna get her because she's down touching the soil. I don't want any insects to get her. I do like to get, that's one of the benefits of growing your own food, is you can get things a bit smaller when they're more flavorful, more nutrient dense. They charge you a lot more for the baby squash in the stores for a reason. You're getting less weight basically off of your plant when you harvest them earlier, but they're more tender and delicious to me. So I'm gonna get her. And then I have another one here. I think that's the same variety. So this is just bigger. Yeah, so I'm gonna get her. And again, there are a lot of babies on there that will start to grow a little faster once I get this big one off. She's pretty good size. Beautiful. And then, as I said, now all those babies can grow. I see at least 4 on here that look like they got fertilized. So then I have this beauty here. She's beautiful. This is my 3rd year growing this variety. I have a bunch that I know will grow early and give me a lot of food in my short season. So I love them. Okay, and now I'm gonna get in here and get one of my favorite squashes. This is a variety of patapan squash that I love and grows just really well for me here in Minnesota Zone 4. I get a ton of food off of these plants, and they last really well throughout my whole growing season. So let's get in there and get those. Look at how cool she is. I love this squash. So excited to have my first one of the season. All right, so I got the squash. I got 4 good sized ones, and there's lots of babies on here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get any old leaves off. I did see one little fruiting one that looked like it wasn't fully pollinated, so I'm gonna get that off. And yeah, get them all cleaned up, trim back some of the leaves, because I do have these growing near tomatoes. And get this all a good watering, and I will do the first liquid fertilization, like I said earlier. Give these a nice boost. And yeah, for me, it's still the beginning of the growing season, so I do like to get as much food as I possibly can. So yeah, and then I'll hopefully be at that point where I can come out here soon, almost every day, between all the different squash plants that I grow. I'll hit a groove where I can come get squash like every day. So that's going to be an exciting time. Probably in I'd say like 3 weeks, most of the squash plants should be in full production. So we'll see. See, this is the one here. I don't know if the bloom, this was like upside down in the ground. This was upside down in the ground, so I don't know if the bloom with all the rain just started to rot, or if something got to it, or if this is like blossom end rot on a squash. I'm not sure. I've never seen that before in my garden, so yeah. But I'm very happy with the first 4 of the season being big and delicious looking. All right, the last thing I'm gonna harvest today is I have this bowl here that I'm gonna fill with raspberries on the way back into the house. All right, so I have my stuff resting here. I have a lot of mulching to do of this section of the garden. So I have my mulch bags lined up. But first, I'm gonna get all the ripe raspberries that I can find off of these bushes. Now, I don't usually harvest raspberries too much. These are really a gift from my husband. I have a few things that I've planted that really are mostly for him as a thank you for the labor that he does for me in this garden. He loves berries of all kinds, and he is totally obsessed with the homegrown ones. So I do try to save most of these for him, and he just comes out in the mornings, gets a little handful, a little bowl full to add to his breakfast. But we're getting to the point now where, you know, there's more than he can eat in the morning. So I'm gonna harvest these, and he'll probably eat them as a snack when he gets home, or we'll divide them through, because they really are best fresh off the vine. So, but I do need to clean the space up, and I will inevitably knock a branch or knock some off if they're really ripe. And so I want to secure all that I can. And if I don't get them, the squirrels and the chipmunks will certainly come, especially for all the low-lying fruit. They will come and start to steal my food. So get your food, because we're not growing organic raspberries for animals. Okay, I'm about halfway done. You know, just like in my mulberry video I showed you a couple of weeks ago, the fruit kind of hide under the leaves. So when you're standing over them, it doesn't look like quite as much. But when you lift up the branch, you see all the fruit. So I'm gonna move over to the other side now and get the rest. All right, so that's a nice bowl size. This is about a cup. Each of these bowls is about a cup. So I'm gonna get those inside along with my squash, and then I'm gonna come back out later today. I'm looking here, and it's like, as I stand here, I can look and see all these ones that I missed. But maybe when I come back out for my second harvest, I'll grab those and I'll just eat them. But anyway, let me get this food inside. This is gonna be a part of dinner tonight, and so I have some other things from the garden that I'm gonna harvest to cook with it, but I'm gonna harvest it later. And yeah, I'll record that and share what that is with you guys in the next video. All right, take good care. Bye.
Up in a painted cup, I will pour my love from a cloud above. so bright I can see the lights, taking you up and above the blue sky. Tastes good to be drinking all of the honey sweet brew of ours. Up in a painted cup, right in the sky like a firefly, like a firefly. I believe to believe is to feel the fire grow within. I believe